Hi guys, so with Beck still away, it's down to me to try and sort out the last little bits of epoxy on the narrowboat floor, and that doesn't include the living room. We'll get to that if we get the chance. My DIY skills are useless, so this should be interesting. Bring back Bex and the Maverick. Me and the Maverick came down and done a few bits on the boat. Obviously Bex was away, looking after the poorly dog. We've put the floorboards back down, but we haven't put the epoxy over the areas that we need. So I'm going to try out my new power tools. First time ever. Always first time ever now, isn't it? We're going to lift these floorboards up in the back room so we can get some epoxy down there. Same in the bedroom. We've just got that little corner that we missed. Do you remember at the back on the side? Got to whack some epoxy on there, then let that settle. I'm not sure if I'll stay on the boat tonight because the fumes are quite strong with that. Hopefully it'll all be set and ready for sort of putting the bed back and putting other little bits and bobs back. Okay, so I just have to try and work out how to unscrew this middle panel that the Maverick put down in the last episode. Let's see what this is all about. Okay, ugga-dugga me baby. So my first time let loose on these manly power tools. Not sure. Oh, it's working. That's the right one to use, you know. Let's try the drill. Ugga-dugga sounds brutal. I mean, this is as simple as it gets with DIY, isn't it, guys? I'm not cut out for it. We all know that, but we will get there. Just in there like that, is it? Sounds a lot smoother, doesn't it? Oh, no. This is why I shouldn't be left doing these bits by myself. Brutal. Bringing them up. Need someone to give me lessons with this sort of stuff before I break anything. That was better. This doesn't seem right either. Okay, that's one up. Now, hopefully... Oh, we did have a screw in the back one there. He had 3 screws in there actually. Here we go! For those who remember our boat's belly button that we had surgically welded over, it just needs a tiny little splash of epoxy as the rest of the room's been done. And in the other room, this tiny little area under here that we missed as well. We just couldn't get to it at the time. I know, we've got a weird way of doing things around here, and both these areas have had their rust repellent. And then that'll be pretty much 80% of the boat, and it's just the living room area where we've got to get everything up and do the same. But I'm quite looking forward to that one. Yeah, there's not a lot in the way there. The carpet should come up quite quickly. And also quite interesting to see if there is as much sort of rust damage to the boat there. Well, there's no rust damage, to be honest, let's face it. It's all very easily rectified after a bit of hard labour. But yeah, just sort of see what the extent is of the rust in the living room area. Exciting. And for those new here, we purchased a narrowboat a few months back with a horrendous leak under the floorboards. So the last few months we've just been trying to restore it, really. And then we can hit our 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years, however bloody long it's going to take us to cruise the entire network. Oh, it's Christmas every day! It certainly ain't Christmas every day living on a narrowboat. First time ever trying to open a cardboard box on my narrowboat. Fragile, it says. The old screwdriver. This should be our epoxy and then the hardener too. The old Jotun. Yeah, it is Jotun. And the old hardener. So I think I'm going to sort out sort of all the way of cleaning this as well first, because I know what's going to happen. I'll start wiping it all and then you've got to try and clear up. So I'm going to try and go about this as professionally as possible, which is very hard in my eyes. Because I'm not a professional. So we got these towels, they're on the standby. Got the old Smurf costume. I mean, the job's hard enough, isn't it? I am going to bung on the old knee pads again. They're very handy. Fume-wise, I think I'm only going to use one of these little ones today. There's not a lot to do. I'm not worried about my health and safety too much today. The old marigolds are going to be essential when we're tidying up. Love a marigold. So we're very, very close. I think I'm going to bung that on, you know. I'm going to get the Smurf costume on because you never think you're going to get messy, even with the smallest jobs, and then you end up bunging your arm in it or something. So today, Chris is a professional. Plus you look like a pro, don't you, when you're wearing the Smurf costume? Pro Smurf. Enthusiast. Right. Same old shit, time and time again. 4 to 1, I believe the ratio is. Palette knife. pinched from work. Don't work there anymore. You got me. One of these plastic that meant to come off. Just shove a screwdriver in there, do you, or something? Quite sure how the idea is here. You just, just like that. Bung the mask on. Looks good, doesn't it, if anything else? Don't know how I'm going to fully measure this out yet. Some rags on standby. I haven't got Becca here to save me. It's very liquidy. The old pouring trick. I hope for the best. Do it on the floor. Hopefully. Oh God. I suppose I can take some out, can't I? It's probably a good amount actually. Might be a bit much, I don't know. What do you reckon? Oh God, no! Made a bit of a mess there. We're alright, we're okay. I can't quite remember how me and Beck's done it. We've done larger portions of it. When you're doing a bit less, it's a little bit harder. Bung that back on. Keep it freshy. Right, we mix it up. Right, now the fun bit. Got to try keep Bex happy, innit? So, here we go. Keep the boss happy! You're going to be a good little crowbot. She's going to be well chuffed with me. Good little crowbot. Good little crowbot. Hey! And in the words of David Brent... Next! And the ridiculous story of why we got this welded over in the first place is a story for another day. Hole number 2! Woohoo! Now this could get a little bit messy. You can't really see very well in here. Probably start up at the back. Try and get it all round. So this is probably a case of dolloping a nice big bit down there so you don't miss anything because you can't see. Good little crowbot. Good little crowbot. Yeah, you put a nice big blodge there. You can't see anything. Gonna give some extra portions. Not as hard as I thought actually. I mean, if you can't see it, you don't know if you're doing it right or wrong, do you? So, there is that. Absolutely smothered it in there. So. Now the fun bit, the tidying up, which is normally the worst, isn't it? We are prepared. We are prepared today. Bung the old marigolds on. Then it suddenly came to me. You're looking forward to seeing this, haven't you? Waiting all week to watch the vlog, and then you get to watch me put a marigold on. Boat life. Here, are you ready? My wonderful marigolds had finally turned me mad. Oh yeah, look at that. You never want to pour that one straight into the big boy because the whole thing will just go hard. I think that's quite obvious, but you never know. The chances are you won't use the full tin either. Also, want to make sure that's really tight on because any little air holes will hot. There you go. You hear that? Any little air holes and that'll harden up and next time it'll be a nightmare. It's a little one as well. Call this episode Marigold Man. The Marigold Man. A lot smoother than I thought. I think I done alright. What do you reckon, guys? Okay, right. Smurf evacuation process. So, leave this little bugger to dry for a few hours? Or maybe a day or something. In the old back room too. Bex is gonna be buzzing. What a good little crowbot, eh?